15 times the British royals got caught lying. The British royal family, with all its prestige, privilege, and pomp, is no stranger to scandal. Behind the polished public image, tales of deception and dishonesty have emerged over the years. From hidden affairs to financial secrets, the royals have told their share of lies. In this video, we'll look at 15 jaw-dropping times members of the British royal family got caught in an outright lie. From King Charles' infidelity to Princess Diana's secret struggle, you'll be shocked at some of the royal fibs that have come to light. Join me as we unveil 15 astounding times the British royals got caught lying through their teeth. You won't believe some of the whoppers they tried to pass off as truth. Let's dive right in. Number 1. Prince Andrew and the Jeffrey Epstein scandal. One of the most troubling incidents involving alleged royal lies centered around Prince Andrew and his ties to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Though Andrew claimed he did not know about Epstein's illicit activities, the two were known to be close friends for years. Video footage confirms Prince Andrew was staying at Epstein's New York home in 2010, 2 years after Epstein's conviction. When questioned in a disastrous BBC Newsnight interview, Andrew gave contradicting statements about the details of his visits, his relationship with Epstein victim Virginia Roberts Giuffre, and whether he regretted his friendship with Epstein. The interview was described as a PR disaster and widely criticized for Andrew's lack of empathy for victims and defense of his actions. Following immense backlash, Andrew announced he would be stepping back from royal duties. The debacle raised serious doubts about Andrew's honesty regarding his involvement with Epstein. It exemplified how even respected members of the royal family can get caught bending the truth when implicated in scandals. The prince's wavering, ambiguous statements undermined public confidence and brought intense scrutiny to the royals. Number 2. King Charles and Camilla Parker Bowles. The relationship between King Charles and Camilla Parker Bowles was very secretive in its early days. Though King Charles and Camilla met in 1970 and began dating, their romance ended when King Charles left to serve in the Royal Navy. Both married other people, King Charles to Princess Diana and Camilla to Andrew Parker Bowles. However, King Charles and Camilla rekindled their intimacy while both were still married. In 1994, King Charles admitted in a TV interview that he had remained faithful until the marriage became irretrievably broken down. This was a carefully phrased confession of his affair with Camilla. For her part, Camilla always denied a sexual relationship with the prince, famously telling the press, "You've got the wrong woman, buddy." But secret phone transcripts leaked in 1993 revealed she had lied about their affair. Their dishonesty damaged not only their public credibility, but also destabilized King Charles' marriage beyond repair. It was a lie maintained for decades, only fully exposed through controversial revelations about their secret relationship. Number 3. Princess Diana's secret recordings. In 1992, Andrew Morton published the bombshell biography, Princess Diana, Her True Story, which exposed the tumultuous reality behind the royal marriage between King Charles and Princess Diana. While the public assumed the content came directly from Princess Diana's inner circle, Morton revealed after her death that Princess Diana herself secretly recorded tapes for him detailing her experiences. This includes her suicide attempts, struggle with bulimia, and King Charles' affair with Camilla Parker Bowles. During her marriage, Princess Diana denied any participation in the book, even calling the claims absurd in public. However, she had been the direct source all along. Princess Diana went to extensive lengths to conceal her involvement by arranging payphone calls with Morton and using a go-between to deliver the tapes. Despite publicly lying about the book, she saw it as her chance to tell her side of the story. The deceit was likely Princess Diana's way of retaliating against King Charles' dishonesty regarding his longtime affair. Princess Diana's secret recordings gave the most candid perspective on her tumultuous time as a royal before her tragic death. Number 4. Squidgygate and Camillagate tapes. In the 1990s, tapes of 2 recorded phone calls exposed dishonesty in King Charles and Princess Diana's marriage. In late 1992, a private phone conversation between Princess Diana and her friend James Gilby surfaced. Gilby called Princess Diana by the affectionate nickname Squidgy over 53 times. while Princess Diana complained about her husband and life in the spotlight. Just a few months later, an intimate 1989 phone call between King Charles and Camilla was released. The tape showed King Charles expressing his desire to live in Camilla's trousers and be her tampon. Understandably, the British press had a field day. The Squidgygate and Camillagate tapes directly contradicted King Charles and Princess Diana's public efforts to downplay marital problems. They proved that King Charles' relationship with Camilla continued despite his marriage, and that Princess Diana sought companionship outside of the unhappy union. The royals dismissed the tapes as a breach of privacy, but they provided irrefutable proof of deception on both sides. After their release, the Queen herself asked King Charles and Princess Diana to divorce, no longer able to tolerate the humiliating public spectacle. The damage of the tapes went beyond the couple to expose the crown itself as less than truthful. Number 5. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's wedding date. One of the most recent royal half-truths came from Prince Harry and Meghan Markle during their explosive 2021 interview with Oprah Winfrey. When describing their 2018 wedding, Meghan claimed that she and Harry were married privately by the Archbishop of Canterbury in their backyard 3 days before the formal ceremony. This seemed to contradict the public record, as their legal marriage certificate was from their highly publicized wedding at Windsor Castle. After the interview aired, the Archbishop's office put out a statement clarifying that he had merely signed the license as a witness for the informal backyard vow exchange, not a formal marriage. Whether intentionally misleading or just unclear, Harry and Meghan's story gave the impression they had misled the public about the timing of their actual legal marriage, a detail that mattered greatly to royal watchers. While they may have exchanged private vows, implying they were already married before the public spectacle came across as deceptive. The inaccuracy around their wedding date added to the interview's criticism over inaccuracies and unfair attacks on the monarchy. Number 6. Meghan Markle's father and the staged photographs. Leading up to her 2018 royal wedding, Meghan Markle had to deal with a family scandal relating to her father, Thomas Markle. Just days before the wedding, British tabloids revealed that Thomas had staged paparazzi photos of himself preparing for the wedding. After the story broke, Meghan claimed her father needed time to deal with the pressure and would not be attending the wedding. But Thomas then gave interviews asserting Meghan knew about the photo arrangements and that he was still hoping to come. Back-and-forth statements between Meghan's camp and her father left the truth unclear. Had Meghan known about the photo staging? Was her father unable to travel due to health issues? The contradictory claims added drama and confusion. Meghan initially appeared to cover for her father's photo scandal, while Thomas himself put out contradictory stories. In the end, the staged photos and family fallout proved deeply embarrassing for Meghan. The conflict leading up to the wedding marked an inauspicious start to Meghan's time as a royal. Number 7. Sarah Ferguson's undercover video scandal. Sarah Ferguson, Prince Andrew's ex-wife, found herself in hot water in 2010 when an undercover video surfaced showing her discussing access to the prince for money. In the video, Sarah was recorded by a News of the World reporter posing as a businessman. She promised on camera that for £500,000 cash, the supposed businessman could meet Andrew and gain insider business advice.
£500,000 when you can, to me, open doors.
After the story went public, Sarah tried denying she had intended to act in any way that might be construed as improper. But the direct quotes and video evidence told another story. Her camp released statements saying Ferguson was regretful and had a serious lapse in judgment. However, her efforts to save face couldn't compete with the blatantly incriminating video. The scandal was damaging not just for Sarah, but for the monarchy. The footage directly contradicted her claim that she hadn't intended any impropriety. In a rambling PR response, she said she was drunk and wanted to help alleviate her debts, but her initial dishonesty only made the fallout worse. The debacle was yet another royal scandal where the cover-up and denial far outweigh the crime. Number 8. Prince William and Princess Catherine's privacy. Prince William and Princess Catherine have had a tricky line to walk when it comes to their privacy as royals. On one hand, they sometimes make appeals emphasizing their desire for privacy, especially related to their children. Prince William chastised the paparazzi for hounding his family and Catherine expressed her wish for privacy during Prince George's birth. However, the couple also clearly understands the need for media access as senior royals. They've given splashy magazine interviews at strategic moments and officially released family photographs and videos that offer controlled glimpses into their private lives. To the public, these strategies can seem contradictory, asking for privacy while also capitalizing on press interest. While their desire for privacy seems genuine at times, their prominent media exposure undercuts this. Overall, Prince William and Catherine aim to control their image by granting access on their terms. This gray area between protecting and promoting their family has led to discussions over whether their statements on privacy are entirely honest. However, managing privacy and publicity has always been a royal challenge, one Prince William himself struggled with as a child under constant scrutiny. Number 9. Princess Michael of Kent's comments. Princess Michael of Kent has developed a reputation for making controversial and sometimes offensive statements over the years. She's been accused of racism, anti-Semitism, and generally lacking tact at both public and private events. One of her most infamous gaffes came in 2017 when she wore an overtly racist brooch to a Christmas event attended by Meghan Markle. The jewelry depicted a dark-skinned African figure which many saw as an insult towards mixed-race Meghan. When called out, Princess Michael claimed she didn't realize it could offend, though many felt that was hard to believe. Similarly, she claimed to be oblivious about the racist implications of telling a group of African Americans in a New York restaurant to go back to the colonies. The princess continually apologizes when confronted, but the regularity of her insensitive remarks has drawn side-eye. Her questionable excuses and apologies suggest a lack of honesty regarding her motives. After so many supposed unintentional insults, many conclude Princess Michael uses feigned ignorance to make prejudiced comments without accountability. Her weak justifications exemplify a royal who dishes out lies almost as often as she causes outrage. Number 10. Royal family's response to Princess Diana's death. After Princess Diana's tragic death in 1997, the British monarchy made a severe miscalculation in understanding public perception. In the immediate aftermath, Queen Elizabeth II remained at her Balmoral estate in Scotland with Prince William and Prince Harry, away from the public eye. Meanwhile, crowds gathered spontaneously in London to publicly mourn Princess Diana's loss. The late Queen initially declined to lower the palace flags to half-mast or deliver a formal address. This decision backfired as the stoic, silent response came across as unfeeling. Tabloids called the reaction cold-blooded, and Tony Blair coined the now infamous phrase that Princess Diana was the people's princess. Realizing the mistake, the Queen returned to London and gave a televised speech paying tribute to Princess Diana. Though the royals felt their priority was shielding Princess Diana's sons, their misjudgment of the public mood appeared dishonest and hurt their reputation. While no direct lies were told, mismanaging the difficult situation conveyed a lack of truthfulness regarding their feelings toward Princess Diana. In a rare surrender of control over their image, the monarchy learned the hard way that remaining silent could speak volumes. Number 11. Prince Harry's military service. Prince Harry's decade of military service has been a point of pride, but also occasional scrutiny. In 2008, after it was announced Harry would deploy to Afghanistan, he had to be quickly withdrawn when foreign media revealed his location. The UK media had agreed to an information blackout to allow Harry's service with minimal publicity. Then in 2013, Harry claimed he killed Taliban fighters as a helicopter gunner, saying, "If people are trying to do bad stuff to our guys, then we'll take them out." But Harry was accused of exaggerating his role as his specific duties were never confirmed publicly. These inconsistencies sparked a debate. Was Harry being dishonest or merely discreet about his classified experience in Afghanistan? As a high-profile royal, some degree of secrecy is understandable. However, without official records, fact-checking Harry's statements against the reality on the ground is difficult. Exaggeration for dramatic effect does align with Harry's bold personality, but implying his role was combat-focused when it may not have been risks misleading the public. While few fault Harry's service itself, this shows how even well-intentioned deception erodes royal credibility. Number 12. Royal family's response to allegations of racism. Ever since Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's 2021 interview with Oprah Winfrey, the royal families faced intense scrutiny over allegations of racism. Meghan claimed an unnamed royal expressed concerns about her unborn baby's skin color, implying racist motives. She also said the family failed to help her cope with unfair media attacks rooted in racism. In response, the Queen issued a careful statement that recollections may vary, but promised to address the issues privately. Prince William later defended the royals, saying they're very much not a racist family. However, many felt the responses sidestepped accountability. The unnamed family member was never identified, and Meghan's experiences were disregarded rather than investigated. For many, the deflections without concrete action came across as dishonest. The full truth of Meghan's allegations may never emerge publicly. However, failure to earnestly engage with allegations of racism reinforced a long-standing image of the monarchy as outdated and intolerant. Rather than seizing an opportunity to demonstrate transparency on a difficult issue, the royal family appeared to retreat into silence and denial. This demonstrated that even in today's world, the first instinct of royals is self-protection at all costs, even if it means ignoring the truth. Number 13. Handling of Prince Philip's health updates. Throughout his later years, speculation constantly swirled over Prince Philip's health and the royal family's handling of related statements. When the 99-year-old Duke of Edinburgh was hospitalized in early 2021, the palace stayed tight-lipped on details. They first referred to it as a precautionary measure for an unspecified infection, and as the stay extended, they admitted Philip was being treated for a pre-existing heart condition without providing specifics. Vague comments like upbeat and comfortable painted a minimal picture. Meanwhile, tabloid media published unauthorized updates from unnamed hospital sources. The opaque messaging gave the impression of dishonesty, with the family sharing selective information while leaking hospitals filled the gaps. The public was left wondering, was Philip's condition being downplayed? When Philip eventually passed away months later, some questioned if the privacy had been about shielding a truth about his declining health. Similar patterns emerged with the Queen's health before her death. While demanding total privacy is unrealistic, the vague statements reinforced perceptions that the royals aren't fully transparent when health is concerned. Legal medical privacy versus moral public interest remains an ethical gray area for the monarchy. Number 14. Queen Elizabeth's health and public appearances. In the final years of her reign, Queen Elizabeth's health was constantly analyzed, often in contrast to vague statements from the palace. In October 2021, Queen Elizabeth spent a night in hospital undergoing undisclosed preliminary investigations. The palace initially only said she was resting at Windsor. Once the news broke on the hospitalization story, they admitted the Queen had regretfully canceled the Northern Ireland trip on medical advice without details. Similar occurrences happened regarding public events. The palace would claim the 95-year-old monarch hoped to attend before later indicating she had experienced episodic mobility issues. Speculation brewed that Queen Elizabeth was putting on a brave face while struggling behind the scenes. The contrast between her stated intentions and the observable reality reinforced doubts over royal transparency on such matters. By glossing over health problems, the palace came off as selective with the truth to preserve the Queen's symbolic image of strength. While privacy is understandable, the gap between portrayal and fact risked the monarchy's credibility. The long tradition of keeping the sovereign's health concerns behind palace walls posed challenges in the modern media age. Number 15. Buckingham Palace's response to various controversies. As the official administrative arm of the monarchy, Buckingham Palace has the tricky task of addressing public scandals and controversies involving the royals. However, critics argue that the palace's carefully worded statements often seem intended to downplay issues rather than transparently address them. For example, after Prince Andrew faced backlash for continuing to associate with Jeffrey Epstein, following the financier's conviction, the palace said only that he was appalled by the crimes. When Meghan Markle alleged experiencing racism, the palace highlighted that recollections may vary, but said the issues would be addressed privately. During Prince Harry and Meghan step down, the palace emphasized it was complicated. The overly diplomatic language frequently comes across as evasive rather than fully acknowledging problems. While protecting the monarchy's dignity is paramount, the avoidance gives the impression of dishonesty. The instinct to smooth over controversies with vague PR speak leads to accusations that the palace cares more about managing appearances than meaningful accountability. While transparency has improved, the lasting tendency to soften the hard edges around royal controversies undercuts public trust. The palace's careful defenses will likely need to evolve further to sync with modern sensibilities. And there you have it, 15 times the royals were caught being less than truthful. What did you think about some of these royal fibs? Understandable or inexcusable? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing for more videos diving into royal drama and revelations. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss any upcoming royal content. Share this video with any friends or family who love following royal news and gossip. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video.